بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين إلى يوم الدين أما بعد. Consume the truth before the devil feeds you lies. Quran is the truth. Quran is haqq. We need to engage and make sure we are consuming haqq, otherwise batil will feed us the lies and we will believe it. So spending time on Quran, tilawat of Quran, if Allah gives somebody tawfiq to go through the meaning as well, to go through the tafsir, authenticated and tafasir which our ulama have vetted and confirmed we could read and go through, like for example Ma'ariful Quran, etc. And at least the surahs that we read in our salah, from Surah Al-Fatiha to the last 10 surahs, if a person knows more, try to learn the meaning as well. So when you are reading salah, we get an opportunity to ponder on the Quran. Hazrat Sufyan Thowry rahimahullah said, "Laytani kuntu iqtasartu ala al-Quran." If only I confined my life to the Quran. So these were great scholars, these were great luminaries of their time, yet they express their regret in life, which is a great lesson for us. Ibn Taimiyaah, who was one of the senior scholars of the time, and these are his words: وَنَدِمْتُ عَلَى تَدْعِي أَكْثَرِ أَوْقَاتِي فِي غَيْرِ مَعَانِي الْقُرْآنِ. And if I had any regrets, then my greatest regret is wasting most of my time in meanings, explanations, etc., in everything else besides the meaning of the Quran. Means if I had to dedicate my life to anything, it would have been only on the Quran and understanding the Quran. So we should check ourselves and see what regrets do we have. They dedicated their day and night to Allah, to Quran and Hadith, to Deen, yet they had regrets. What about us? What are we dedicated to and what regrets do we have? So Quran, when making tilawat of Quran, to make a niyyah, لَعَلَّكُمْ تُرْحَمُونَ, let us draw this quality of rahmah and mercy. And amongst the salient qualities of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, لَمَّا خَلَقَ اللَّهُ الْخَلْقِ كَتَبَ بِيَدِهِ على نفسه أن رحمتي سبقت غضبي. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the creation, that Allah himself scribed that verily my mercy supersedes my anger, rahmati. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is khas, one special sifat. And that's why when we start Bismillah, the virtues are numerous, but what quality is mentioned in these words when we all the time saying Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Ar-Rahman and Rahim, Rahim, Ar-Rahimuna Yarhamahumur Rahman, Irhamu man fil ard yarhamkum man fis sama. The one in the heavens will have mercy on you. Likewise, the entire four noble scriptures, including the Quran, is summarized in Suratul Fatiha, Sab'ul Mathani, the 7 verses. And what's that? Ar-Rahman and Rahim. Allah mentioned the quality of Rahim. Likewise, Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam was Rahmatul lil Alameen. Sahaba were notorious. Allah describes them ruhama bainahum. They were merciful to each other. So this quality of mercy is a quality which we need to draw, and it's a quality which we need to as well make sure we distribute this rahmah in the ummah, and that's when a person himself becomes a mercy. So innama yarhamullah min ibadihi ruhama. Allah's mercy are on those who are ruhama. La, and the warning is rahma illa min shaqi. A person who does not have mercy is a wretched, he is unfortunate, he is one who is deprived. And Allah, describing the me of Allah, said harisun alaykum bil mu'minina raufun and rahimun. That's again sifat of rahim, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described the Nabi of Allah. وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُمْ مَوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً. Between couples, the special quality which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned is rahmah. So لَيْسَ مِنَّا مَنْ لَمْ يَرْحَمْ صَغِيرَنَا. And that person shouldn't consider himself part of us who does not have this quality of mercy to this young the youth. So, and the Asma'ul Husna Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Al-Malik. So Rahim comes there as well. So Rahma, the word Rahim is connected with connection. So the Rahim, and when the womb is Rahim. So why? Because there is a connection between the mother and the child. So that Rahim is the place of mercy because of that connection. And Ruhm is Rahma, Marhama. So for oneself. But Rahim is for others as well. وَرَبُّكَ الْغَفُورُ ذُو الرَّحْمَةِ. Your Allah is the one of Rahmah. And Rahmah has been used in different places for different meanings, but it encompasses mercy. Example, Jannah will be the place of mercy. And Nubuwah, يرجون رحمة الله أي نبوة حيث خص الله تعالى Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم بالنبوة رسالة. So where a Nabi coming is a means of Rahmah. Rahmah بمعنى Al-Qur'an. Quran is a mean of mercy. Likewise every other meaning, ni'mah, rizq, nasr, afiyah, khair, afwa, maghfirah, mawadda, etc., etc., all the different meanings which the commentators explain, but it encompasses a favor from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for somebody who's marhum. Allah's mercy is on them. And Deen encourages us here. When Nabi alayhi salam has mentioned that Ala ukhbirukum bi khayrikum min sharrikum, who's the best of you from the worst? Should I not inform you? Fasakatu, Sahaba kept silent. Then 3 times he repeated it. فَقَالَ رَجُلٌ بَلَا يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ أَخْبِرْنَا. Please tell us. خَيْرُكُمْ مَنْ يُرْجَى خَيْرُهُ وَيُؤْمَنْ شَرُّهُ. The best of you is the one whose goodness is hoped for and people are safe from his evil. وَشَرُّكُمْ مَنْ لَا يُرْجَى خَيْرُهُ وَلَا يُؤْمَنُ شَرُّهُ. And the worst of you is that person whose goodness is not hoped for and people are not safe from his evil. People are not safe from his evil. So in another riwayat, man salim al-muslimuna min lisanihi wa yadihi. Which Islam, which Muslim is the best? He whose tongue and hand the Muslims are saved from. Other riwayat, tahasadu, do not envy one another. Wala tanajashu, do not inflate prices for one another. Wala tabaghadu, do not hate one another. Wala tadabaru, do not turn away from one another. وَلَا يَبِعْ بَعْضُكُمْ عَلَى بَيْنِ بَعْض. Do not undercut one another in trade. Each of these has got to do with rahmah and mercy. Be good to humanity. وَكُونُوا عِبَادَ اللَّهِ إِخْوَانًا. And rather be the slaves of Allah and brothers amongst yourself. Al-Muslimu akhul Muslim. Your brothers. La yadhlimuhu. He does not oppress him. Wala yakhdhuluhu. He does not disgrace him. Wala yahqiruhu. He does not hold him in contempt. At-taqwa hahuna. At-taqwa hahuna. So it is evil enough for man to hold his brother in contempt, and then taqwa is here. وَيُشِيرُ إِلَى صَدْرِهِ. And Nabi Islam pointed to his chest, and this is this trait, this quality is a bad quality where you hold your brother in contempt. كُلُّ الْمُسْلِمْ عَلَى الْمُسْلِمْ حَرَامٌ. A Muslim for another Muslim, everything is haram. What's haram? Damuhu, his blood. Wamaluhu, his property. Wa'irduhu, and his honor. In Hajjatul Wada, Nabi alayhi salatu wassalam addressing Sahaba saying, in the famous last sermon, فَإِنَّ دِمَاءَكُمْ وَأَمْوَالَكُمْ. Your blood, your property, your honor, alaykum haram, is sacred. كحرمة يومكم هذا في بلدكم هذا في شهركم هذا. So emphasis upon emphasis to show that we should show mercy to each other. So even to an extent where a mother worries for a child, how much mercy, one mercy that's on earth and 99 mercies, compare that, and there's no comparison. A little boy once seen his mother crying, so he asked her, Ammi, why are you crying? She said, because I need to. He said, I don't understand. She just hugged him and said, and you never will. Then the boy went to his father and said, why does Ammi seem to cry for no reason? So the father carelessly answered, all women cry for no reason. So the boy, still wondering why women cry, went to a sheikh, and he was a wise sheikh, and he asked him, Sheikh, why do women cry so easily? So the sheikh said, وَنِعْمَ الْقَائِلُ. What a wonderful answer. When Allah made women, she had to be special. He made her shoulders strong enough to carry the weight of the world, yet gentle enough to give comfort. He gave an inner strength to endure both childbirth and rejection that many times comes from her children. He gave her toughness that allows her to keep going when everyone else gives up, and take care of her family through sickness and fatigue without complaining. He gave her the sensitivity to love her children under all circumstances, even when a child hurts her badly. He gave her strength to carry her husband through his faults, and fashioned her from his love to protect his heart. He gave her wisdom to know that the good husband never hurts his wife, but sometimes tests her strengths and her resolve to stand beside him unfalteringly. And lastly, my young son, he gave a tear. This is hers and only hers, exclusively to use whenever she needs it. She needs no reason, she needs no explanation. It's hers. You see, the beauty of the woman is not in the clothes she wears, not in her face or the way she combs her hair. The beauty of a woman is in her piety and must be seen in her eyes, because that is the doorway to her heart, the place where love resides. So this affection, this rahmah, Allah has intrinsically put it. We need to draw from the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we should not be beguiled. We are in such a darkness, so a person don't have time for tilawat of Quran. I'm too busy. Busy doing what? We on chat, we on platforms, we on Flixes, Netflixes, we on everything, we on sports, We've got time for everything. No time for Allah, no time for Quran, no time for deen, no time for dhikr, no time for striving in Allah's path. When will we realize it? When we set? Yes, we'll be set in the qabr. We'll be set properly. They put the marhum in the qabr inside, and then they cover the planks. Then he's set properly. So don't wait for that time. Don't get caught up by this darkness. We need to introspect. We need to check how many Ramadans have come and passed. How many janazas have we witnessed? How many alans were made? How many close relatives have we buried? How many signs are in front of us? When will we take lesson? When will we understand the purpose of our creation? So much darkness, we're not seeing this darkness. A Belgian in Brussels went to his local priest to confess, as the Christians believe in confession. He said, "Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. During the Second World War, I hid a Jewish man in my attic." So the priest said, "It's not a sin, it was an act of great kindness, my son." So the man with guilt said, "But I made him agree to pay me 30 francs for every week he stayed." So again the priest said, "I admit it wasn't particularly charitable, but you did it for a good cause. Don't worry, you did it for a good cause." Obviously trying to console him. So he said, "Thank you, Father. This is a great relief to me, and I just have one more last question." So again the priest, "What's that?" I've given you the solution, now you're done." So he said, "Do I have to tell him the war is over? Do I have to tell him the war is over? Darkness upon darkness upon darkness." This quality of rahmah, this compassion, this affection should be part of us. Umar radhiyallahu used to say, "Husnu tawaddudi ila nasi nisful aql." Being tender, being compassionate and loving to people is half of intelligence. وَحُسْنُ السُّؤَالِ نِصْفُ الْعِلْمِ. And good questions are half of knowledge. وَحُسْنُ التَّدْبِيرِ نِصْفُ الْمَعِيشَةِ. And good planning, sound planning, is half of livelihood. So it is up to us, and we need to make the sacrifice, and we need to show Allah that we are genuine. Thanwi rahmatullah say that the road opens with effort. Until we don't decide we're going to make effort. I need to make effort on Quran. Somebody is a hafiz, we are proud, but we don't need to stop hifz. How much more Quran should we be reading? So we've learned it maktab bas, not enough. We've learned tajweed, but am I reading Quran with proper tajweed? So Hazrat used to say, do not wait for the first view, then you move forward. No. So you've got a long road, there's trees on both sides, the road is straight, but when you look ahead it seems that the trees meet in front of you, but as you move forward the road opens up. We have to take the step, we have to make the time, we have to stop complaining, we have to come out of this darkness, we have to come out of this deception and understand the potential and that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has favored us with this Quran. It's a great ni'mah of which Allah has bestowed upon us. Imam Nafi' al-Madani was a freed slave, and he was one of the 10 A'immah of the Qiraat Ashara, and he learned Quran from 70 tabi'een, and he spent the remainder of his life teaching Quran to others. And for 70 years he taught Quran in Masjidun Nabawi, and the smell of musk would emanate from his Mubarak mouth. Somebody asked him that, do you apply itar, perfume? He said, no. However, I made ziyarat of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and he was reciting Quran into my mouth, and since then the smell has been emanating from it. And he reached the age of 100 years when he passed away in Madinatul Munawwara, and he was buried in Jannatul Baqi next to Imam Malik rahmatullah alayhi. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq of understanding, valuing every moment, and valuing the Quran. The amal for today is that when we make sufuf, to fill the gaps. Many a time people stand in the sufuf, but they are not standing shoulder to shoulder. وَلَا يَسِلُ عَبْدٌ صَفًّا إِلَّا رَفَعَ اللَّهُ دَرَجَةً. But he fills a gap in the saf, except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will elevate his stages. وَذَرَّتْ عَلَيْهِ الْمَلَائِكَةُ مِنَ الْبِرِّ. And the angels shower goodness on him. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين.